It's recording, isn't it? I love technology. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm recording now. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I was just trying to set up my lighting and all that fun stuff for the first time, I might add, so I think I'm doing okay. But anyway, I know I haven't been on here for a long time. It's been too long since I've been on here, and I just wanted to come and say hi mostly. But then I also wanted to come and let you know why. First of all, it was because it was my inspiration was like, it like left me hanging. I usually get inspired to say something and I jump on and I say it, but my inspiration was not coming out. It was like, where are you at, dude? But anyway, I'm back and it's a wonderful thing. Hallelujah. So anyway, so what was my inspiration? So I was cleaning out, it wasn't coming to me earlier today, but so I went and decided to do some other stuff, and I went and cleaned out my, I was cleaning out a whole bunch of papers, a whole bunch of past junk that I have just laying around, and trying to do some decluttering. You know, decluttering opens the mind, opens the spirit, opens the soul for receiving, and we want to declutter our surroundings too. So declutter your closet, your car, your house, drawers, old desk drawers. And so that's what I was doing, and doing all this decluttering. And so in the process of that, I found a bunch of old papers that I have from my job, my previous job that I just left this year, to come and do this. And what I found was all of my like insurance papers and medical claims and benefit prices and benefit packages. And I was like, man, that was just so easy when they did it. All I had to do was show up to work, put in my time, do my little job, and go home. And then they took care of all of that for me. They took care of my medical, they took care of my dental, they took care of my taxes, they took care of everything. But then I had to stop myself and I said, yeah, they were taking care of everything for you, but they were also pretty much in control of your entire life. You went to work, came home, but even when you were not sitting at work, they were controlling what you were doing with your time. Even if you were not, if you were in the middle of free, quote unquote, time that you were not working, you were still probably thinking about work or some aspect of it. And like, what do I have to wear tomorrow? What am I going to wear tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do with my kid while I have to go to work? If she's sick, I have to find another babysitter. Now you're on the phone all night trying to find babysitters. Or somebody has an appointment. Can I get off work to take my daughter to the appointment? No. So now you got to go find, they're controlling you and what you can do and what you can't do with your own life. If you don't have the proper time off or the proper authorization to go take your child to the doctor, guess what? You're not going to the doctor. You might have to find somebody else to take your child to the doctor or change the appointment. Hopefully your doctor has a day available when you have a day off, because that's the only time that you're going to be able to go. And even vacations, you have to coordinate, you have to get permission. I don't think I have to go any further. You just have to get permission all the time to do whatever you want to do. I've seen people where relatives were laying on their deathbeds, literally laying on their deathbeds in the hospital, and the employer would not let them off work, and so they sat there at work while their loved one passed away. They could not go see their loved one in their last moments. That one still gets me. So anyway, so not just the controlling piece, but just what about the job itself wasn't fulfilling at all. I was sitting there doing something for somebody else that I didn't particularly have an interest in. And I have all these skills and I had all these things that I do have an interest in, and I was not being allowed to do them. I wasn't able to use any of my skills that I had acquired. Master's degree in business administration, and I'm sitting there taking customer service calls. So anyway, so I was not aligned there. I was not happy there. But then again, that just brought up all of that, going through these papers that I had from my previous job. Yeah, they took care of stuff for me, but they were also in control. Just kind of like when you're living at home still, like my teenager. Yeah, I'm taking care of everything, but I'm still in control, basically. And she's becoming more and more independent, but she's also learning that part of the price of being taken care of is that you're not in full control of your life. And that was also even when I was leaving my ex-husband, going through my divorce. That was hard. That was hard. I would not wish that on anybody in life. If you can avoid it, avoid it. I mean, if you can stay happy being with your spouse, stay happy being with your spouse. Do it, because that divorce, as David Arnold would say, God rest his soul, but as he would say, it is not for the weak at all. But yeah, it was super hard. I was a single mom. Now I have one income. I got from 2 incomes down to 1 income. Now I have this child. Yeah, I had been single before, but I didn't have a kid before before I got married. So yeah, that was a whole different ball game. And again, I was dealing with daycare. I was dealing with shift times of work. I had to be at work at a certain time, from a certain time to a certain time. I had to work my whole life, and my child's life ended up being around the job. I had to work around the job, period. I had to end up there was a time when I had to work a split shift in order to get off at a decent time. The only time slots that were available at my job were like ended at midnight. I was not gonna go have my child at a babysitter at midnight. So I worked a split. That was the only other option I had. So get her up at 8 o'clock in the morning, get her to a babysitter, work my split. I could watch her in the middle of the day, then take her to another babysitter and come back and get her at 9 o'clock. And so she was up and down and up and down and up and down. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that tangent, but I had the kid and I got the divorce and it was not easy. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody at all, ever. So, but the upside of all of that difficulty was that I was not in that super unhappy situation anymore. I was not with this husband that was on my nerves all the time, just clashing with me. He thought I was cheating on him all the time. So I was getting constantly accused of stuff that I wasn't doing. But so yeah, it was just peace. You know, I was always arguing with him. We were always arguing. I was always riled up. I was always on edge because he was going to come home and find something to argue about. And I finally got to the point where I would just walk out of the room when he wanted to argue. But yeah, I just decided I could not live in that situation anymore. And I'm leaving a lot out of that story. But I got to be a person that I did not like, the fact that I was becoming that person. And I didn't want my daughter growing up thinking that that was normal. That was a normal household situation. So off I went. I mean, we, lived in a decent place. I had a decent place, but it was hard doing that, living on that one income. But it all being as hard as it was way more peaceful, way less stress, way easier for me mentally to exist in that separated situation, the divorce situation. So what am I saying in all of this is that these 2 major times in my life, I've had to decide, what do I want? Do I want my own peace of mind, or do I want to sit here in all this anguish and unhappiness and unfulfillment and not living my life the way I want to live my life, and not doing what I even want to do, and not focusing on what I want to focus on? Just always in a state of, if your spirit is uneasy, you just feel uneasy all the time. You're in a constant state of anxiety all the time. And I just couldn't, in both of those situations, I just could not stay that way. I could not. And as hard as it was, and then, I mean, I'm not saying it's a walk in the park doing all the stuff that you have to do as a business owner, as a self-employed, but it's way better being in control of your own self and your own life and your own situation. Like, I can pick up, and my mom needs something. She's 84 years old. If she needs something, I can go get it to her, whenever she needs, my daughter needs something at school, go drop it off. Whatever. My life is my life. And I'm doing what I love to do. I'm sitting here in front of you talking. And as you can tell, I'm having a good old time saying it because I'm still talking. But that's what I love to do. And I love my work now. and I feel more fulfilled and more at peace, and my spirit is more at ease. And my father told me the other day, even though I have these issues where I have to do all this headache stuff on the other end of being self-employed, my father told me, he was like, I've never seen you this happy, and you laugh all the time. I mean, I think I laugh a lot anyway, but anywho, but my message to you is, if you are in such a situation, if you have, just think about, I'm not telling you to leave your job. Please, Jesus, do not leave your job, because I sit here and said I left my job and I'm way happier. Because, life is life. You still got to do what you got to do to make ends meet and everything. But you just have to kind of think about, is this actually the job I want? Maybe you want to be doing something else. Maybe get a different one. Maybe go to school. Does your current employer pay for tuition? Maybe you can go to school and get some kind of certificate or license. Nursing, a lot of people I know have gone and gotten nurses licenses and gone on to be nurses and love what they do now, but they had to sit through a job that they didn't really like, to get that tuition and to get that school paid for. But yeah, just life is too short. That was my first video, I think that was, and I'm gonna keep saying it. It's too short to sit here unhappy. It's too short to sit here unhappy. Let's get you into something that you're happy doing. And if you need me to help you figure it out, I'm more than happy to help you figure it out. I'm pretty good at doing that. I found a lot of people, a lot of their aligned lifestyles or life services or purposes. So yeah. And anyway, the link is going to be, it should be somewhere around here, but you can find me at Soul Powered CEO, Soul-Powered CEO. That's SOUL, not SOLE, as much as I feel like I am SOLE right now. It's working with the soul. We're working with your SOUL. And soulpoweredceo.com. And feel free to join my Facebook group as well. And I look forward to talking to you. Any comments that you have, anything that you would like to share, anything that you would like for me to discuss, if you want to chat. I do also do coaching at Soul Powered CEO, and we'd love to see you. So anyway, I want you to have a wonderful, aligned life. Live happy while you're living. That's what we're here for. God put us here to be happy. He didn't put us here to be miserable, working somebody's 9 to 5. I'm working to get somebody else happy. Being miserable, making somebody else happy, making somebody else rich and happy while we're sitting here miserable. So anyway, I was going to say give me a call. Don't give me a call. Book a call and I'll call you. How about that? Anyway, link in the description. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful weekend and happy holidays if I don't get on here before the holidays again. I hope you're having happy holidays. All right. Bye-bye. Take care. I'm still recording. I love this technology. I'm still recording. Stop. Stop. Hi. I'll just sit here. Let's just sit here until I'm done recording. I don't know. Somebody push a button. Por Dios. Let me speak in Spanish here in a second. I don't understand the problem.